I'm talking about the best type of evidence to have in a sexual assault lawsuit. I'm Natalie Gerry, the founder and principal lawyer with Gerry Law. I help injured people get the compensation that they deserve for their injuries. Today, the best types of evidence. I'm going to talk about several different types of evidence, and I'm going to end off with the best type of evidence that you can have in a sexual assault lawsuit. This is in the civil context where you're suing for monetary recovery as opposed to the criminal context. Let's get into the best type of evidence. At the outset of this video, I should say that every case is very different and is distinct, so the type of evidence that will be useful in your particular case depends on the circumstances. With that said, I'm still going to go over these different types of evidence that can be helpful, but again, it really depends on your case, and it is worth speaking with a lawyer if you have questions at all, and the lawyer can best advise you. The first type of evidence that is very helpful is medical evidence. Obviously, the best type would be if you, after the incident, had gone directly to receive medical attention. This is fairly rare, so not to worry if that's not your situation, because it is somewhat rare that there is that direct medical evidence. Medical evidence can also be medical records after the fact for follow-up appointments or any issues that have come up as a result of the incident. This can also include therapy records. These can be helpful at times in proving your damages or even liability and can help in proving your case. The next type of evidence that can be very helpful in a civil sexual assault case is witness testimony. It's very rare that the underlying event itself has been seen by witnesses. Most of the time in a sexual assault lawsuit, it is more of a he said, she said issue, but if there is a witness to the event itself, that can be extremely helpful. The other type of witness that there can be and is more usual is a witness to the way that the event has affected the plaintiff, so how they were before versus how they are after the event happened. Another type of evidence that can be extremely important in a civil sexual assault case is various types of electronic evidence. There could be text messages between the perpetrator and the plaintiff. There could be text messages between the plaintiff and a friend or confidant after the event that would give some information about what happened and would be time-stamped to show when it happened. Now there's also evidence about, so GPS evidence from your phone that can show where a person was at a particular time that can go to corroborate the plaintiff's evidence. There's also sometimes video footage outside of a place where the assault could have happened. This type of evidence can be really helpful in corroborating the plaintiff's version of events and showing that the perpetrator and the plaintiff were at the same location, and it lends credibility to the plaintiff's story. The final piece of evidence in a civil sexual assault case that can be extremely helpful, but that is somewhat rare and may not always be present, is a prior criminal conviction of the perpetrator in the same case that is now being brought as a civil suit. If there is a criminal case where there is a decision that this happened and that the perpetrator is found guilty, then this can be the strongest piece of evidence in a civil sexual assault. This is very rare, as I said, and does not always happen, so it is not essential, but it is a helpful piece of evidence if it does exist. Those are the main pieces of evidence that can be helpful in a plaintiff's claim for civil sexual assault. There are specific circumstances in each case, though, so it is important to get advice from a lawyer. I'm Natalie Gerry, the main lawyer with Gerry Law, And please follow me for more videos. You can subscribe below and like my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.